Yes, good evening, students. Sorry for the inconvenience that had happened in the morning. So here we'll continue with the topics. So is it audible now?
Ma'am,
Okay. So in the last class we were discussing about the random variables, and as we know, famously we have the two types of random variables: discrete random variable and the continuous random variable. And for this, we have seen the probability function. Suppose if you are using the discrete random variable, then the probability function that is used for discrete random variable, that will be called as the probability mass function. Whereas for the continuous random variable, it will be called as the probability density function. So here, other than this discrete as well as the continuous random variable, we can also have another type of random variable in the statistics. So here we can have the mixed random variable. So mixed random variable in the sense it can be continuous as well as discrete. So here in such cases we will be applying both the probability mass function as well as the probability density function. So here, as I told, so here other than discrete as well as the continuous random variable, we can also have the third type of the random variable in the statistics, which is called as the mixed random variable. So here for all those we are going to see the examples. So before that, here we'll just cover with the cumulative distribution function. So cumulative distribution function, it can be defined with the help of a random variable that can be taken as capital X. So this capital X, either it may be a discrete or continuous random variable. So in such cases, the cumulative distribution function, it can be defined as fx of x. Here you can see that we are using the capital letter F subscript x of x is equal to probability of A such that x of A less than or equal to x. So here whatever the capital uppercase letter you are going to see capital F. So here this represents the specifically cumulative distribution function. And whereas subscript x you are going to see here, so this will be representing the random variable. And within the parenthesis, whatever we have written here, so that represents the independent random variable. That is nothing but the events that are going to occur. So if for such independent random variable, the probability it is taken as probability of the outcome A. So here A is nothing but the outcome that will be present in a sample space, and it is such that x of A should be less than or equal to x. So whatever the possible outcomes will be having, so in the sample space is, so here that value, whatever the outcome probability you are going to find, so it should be less than or equal to x. And suppose if you are if you are assuming capital X as a discrete, so in such cases, the CDF it can be written in terms of the summation as summation Pj for all j. And suppose if x is continuous, so here in such cases the CDF it can be written as in terms of the integral function. So here that can be written as f of x is equal to probability minus infinity less than x less than or equal to small x, which is equal to integral minus infinity to x f of x into dx. So here you can see that here we are using the limit minus infinity to x, not from minus infinity to plus infinity. That you have to keep in mind. So here the range, integral range, it varies from minus infinity up to the value where you want to find the CDF of a function. And now, next we are going to discuss the properties of the CDF. So here the first property is that suppose if the independent variable small x is takes the value infinity. So in such cases, fx of infinity, that is the CDF of the independent random variable x is equal to infinity, it will be simply equal to the probability of the whole sample space, which is nothing but a 1. So here, whenever this independent variable x takes the value infinity, it is nothing but it will be indicating a certain event that is surely going to happen. That is the first property. And the second property is that suppose if the independent variable small x, if it takes the value minus infinity, in such cases the CDF always it will be representing the probability of the impossible event. And as we know, for the probability of the impossible event, always it will be equal to 0. So that is the second property. So for x is equal to plus infinity, the probability it will be equal to 1, and for x is equal to minus infinity, the probability will be 0. So easily you can remember this. And suppose other than this, if the independent variable takes other than minus infinity and plus infinity, so in such cases, then the CDF value, it will be lying between 0 and 1. So here what we can write, 0 less than or equal to fx of x less than or equal to 1. So this is the third property. And fourth property is that, suppose if you are going to consider two independent variable which can be represented as x1 and x2. So in such cases, the difference of the or CDF, it can be found using the equation fx of x2 minus fx of x1, which is nothing but the probability of a such that x of a less than or equal to x2 minus probability of a such that x of a less than or equal to x1. That is nothing but simply we are going to subtract the whatever the CDF function that will be given. And also here this fourth equation, it will be indicating that the CDF always it will be monotonically non-decreasing, or you can say that it is monotonically increasing function. So that is the fourth property. And the fifth property is that, so here for CDF, the derivative will be exist at certain points, and whatever the derivative that you are going to calculate, always it will be non-negative. So here we can write differentiation of CDF function fx of x with respect to the independent variable x, always it will be greater than or equal to 0. And also here the whatever the differentiation you are going to show, so differentiation of fx of x divided by fx, so it will be representing the PDF, that is the probability density function. So it is nothing but it is a differentiation of the CDF. So vice versa, what we can say, so CDF can be calculated with the help of the PDF also. That is, here you can see that whatever the equation we have written, so here if you take the integration, that will be resulting in the value of CDF. So that is CDF fx of x, it can be obtained as integral minus infinity to x f of x dx, which is equal to probability minus infinity less than x less than or equal to small x. So here from these third and fourth equation, you can see that the CDF as well as the PDF, they are inversely proportional to each other. So in other words, what we can say, so here probability density function PDF, it is the differentiation of the CDF, whereas the CDF is the integration of the PDF. And now if we consider the probability of the independent random variable capital X with the independent variable x1 and x2, so as I told, it can be obtained by the equation fx of x2 minus fx of x1, or in other words, we can simply go with the integral with the range x1 up to x2 fx of x into dx. And for this equation, we can also write the approximation equation. So here suppose if the x independent random variable, it is slightly differs by a small amount, so then in such cases we can write p of x less than capital X less than or equal to x plus delta x, which is equal to integral x to x plus delta x fx of u du, which is nothing but fx of x into delta x. And here suppose if delta x tends to 0, always the probability of the random variable, it will be specifically equal to 0. And remember one thing, so here PDF always it will be represented by the small letters like F, and the CDF it will be represented by a capital letter like F, capital letter F. And here whatever the equation that we have seen, so we have seen the equation of CDF here. So CDF it is defined by this equation. So fx of x is equal to probability of a such that x of a less than or equal to x. So here instead of writing every time that equation, here simply we can write the CDF equation as fx of x is equal to probability of x less than x. So here initially here in this equation you can see that we have written p of x less than or equal to x, so which can be split up into two terms like p of x is equal to x plus probability of x less than x. But here the first term, it will be equal to 0, because whenever you will be finding the probability for capital X is equal to small x, so that is nothing but we'll be taking the integration over the same point. So whenever the initial and the starting point, final point are same, so its integration value always it will be equal to 0. So for that reason, so here we can simply write the CDF fx of x as probability x less than x. So here we have seen the equations of PDF as well as the CDF here. Next, using this PDF and CDF, so we can go with the certain examples for the continuous random variable, discrete random variable, as well as the mixed random variable. So here we are going to discuss about the PDF and CDF for uniformly distributed random variable, exponential random variable, and Gaussian random variable, and so on. So before that, we'll take some examples. So here we'll go with the problems. So up to this any doubt, we are going to use the equations now. So now we'll solve nearly 4 problems or 3 problems for this topic. So next we'll take up with the PDF and CDF for the different random variables. So take down the first problem. Yes, all of you take on the first problem. Here you can see the problem. The CDF for the random variable x is given by fx of x is equal to, within the flower bracket, 1 minus exponential of minus x square by 4, and this value holds good for x less than or equal to x greater than or equal to 0, and for other values of x it will be 0. So now we are asked to evaluate probability 1.1 less than x less than or equal to 2.1. So now can we solve this? Yes, are you listening? So take pen and paper, copy down the second problem number 2 here. We are asked to calculate, or we are asked to evaluate the probability P of 1.1 less than x less than or equal to 2.1. So here P of 1.1 less than x less than or equal to 2.1. Less than or equal to 2.1. So we are asked to evaluate this problem. Yes. Are you writing the problem? Abhishek? Abhishek.
Yes, ma'am.
Writing the problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Write down the problems. So the problem is, we are given a CDF capital Fx of x, so which is given as 1 minus exponential. I'll just write down the equation. You just uh, go on with me. So have you written the problem number? Problem? Everyone, just reply me back. It is a
Yes,
simple
ma'am.
problem. Copied on the question. Problem number 2. 1 minus exponential. So fx of x, it is given as 1 minus exponential of minus, what was there? X square by 4. X square by 4, and this value holds good for x greater than or equal to 0, and for other values of x it will be 0. Can you see the problem? Copy down. Yes, how you are going to solve this? You have seen the equations for the CDF now. So which equation you can use in order to solve this problem? I just open the notes here. So which equation you can use? See, using the properties of CDF, you will be able to solve. So here you can go with the equation fx of x2 minus fx of x1. Write down that. The probability of 1.1 less than x less than 2.1, it can be obtained by using fx of x2 minus fx of x1. So here from the given problem here you can see that what is the value of x1. So this represents, so whatever the first value you are going to see, so this represents x1, and the next value, the upper limit, it will be representing x2. So it means that what we have in the equation, fx of 2.1 minus fx of 1.1 written. So now how we are going to solve this? So we are given the equation for the CDF, that is 1 minus exponential, I'll write in terms of e minus x square by 4. So for this you need to substitute x2 value minus of 1 minus e to the power minus x square by 4. Here we have to substitute x1 value minus x square by 4. As substitute x1 as 1.1 and x2 as 2.1. So here I'll just rewrite this. This I'll make x2 and this I'll make x1. Substitute ಮಾಡಿ. So 1 minus e to the power x2 is how much? 2.1 square by 4 minus 1 minus 1.1 square by 4. So this is equal to how much? So 1 minus 1 gets cancelled. So here we left with e to the power minus 2.1 square by 4 minus into minus is plus e to the power minus 1.1 square by 4. Solve ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. Anyone reply me with the answer. I just show the steps once again. So we are given the CDF equation ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 1 minus exponential minus x square by 4, and that value holds good for x greater than or equal to 0, and for other values of x it will take the value 0, and we are asked to evaluate probability p of 1.1 less than x less than or equal to 2.1. So now using the properties of the CDF, so here we can write probability of 1.1 less than x less than or equal to 2.1 is equal to fx of x2 minus fx of x1. So x2 is nothing but 2.1 upper value, and x1 takes the value 1.1. So substitute the CDF equation. So CDF equation substitute ಮಾಡಿ simplify ಮಾಡಿ. Yes. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರು? ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ, ಸಂಬಾಳೆ. What is the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Solve ಮಾಡಿ. ಕಾವ್ಯ,
Yes,
ಕಿರಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ KM, USN 53. So these are all simple problems which can be asked for 6 marks. Solve ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. Hope all of you have Calci with you. So this is a problematic subject. So here you need to have Calci and maintain notes for this. Yes, what is the answer?
Zero point 4069.
0.4069. Who has answered? Yes.
Kavya.
0.406. Good. Kavya Jain. Answer is 0.4069. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. 4069 is the answer. Yes, shall we move on to the next problem? If all are done with the problem, we can go to the next problem. This is a simple problem. These are all simple problems. Let's take on the next problem. Copied on the third problem. CDF for the random variable y is fy of y is equal to, within the flower bracket, 1 minus exponential minus 0.4 y to the power 0.5. Write carefully. The equation should be written carefully. Y greater than or equal to 0 and it takes the value 0 otherwise. So given this CDF, we are asked to evaluate probability 2.5 less than y less than or equal to 6.2. So here, while explaining the theory part, I was telling the independent random variable small x, right? So here these are the whatever 2.5 and 6.2. Here we are taking, so that represents the independent random variable values. So use the same concept, same method and get me the answer. ಮುಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಬಾನು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್? ಮುಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಬಾನು, Muskan Banu with the roll number 23. Are you there? Connect ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. You should be there and should be solving the problems. Muskan, Nandini SK ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್?
Yes, ma'am.
ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ. ಗಣೇಶ್ HR. ಗಣೇಶ್ HR. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕುತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ನಾ ಹೆಸರು ಕರೀತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್. ಗಣೇಶ್ HR. Muskan Banu also has not responded. Where are you people? Simply have connected and left. Has anyone solved the problem? Navya?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the answer?
Doing, ma'am, still.
Okay. So here
0.193.
0.19. 0.1619. 0.1619 is the answer. Kavya Jain, are you getting the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the answer?
0.16193.
Yes, that is correct. What about others? Are you people solving or simply sitting idle or connected and left the meeting? See, everyone need to respond here. And similarly, take the fourth problem, that is the whatever the fourth problem you are going to see here, take that as an assignment. You just take down the equation and the probability that you need to evaluate. Copy down this, solve, and tell me the answer in the tomorrow's class. We'll continue with the next topic now. Copy the problem. We'll move on to the examples that will be showing the PDF and CDF for the continuous, discrete, as well as the mixed random variable. Copied the problem? Anyone reply me? Is it over then? ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ? Yes. Now let's move on to the next topic. So next year we are going to see some examples for continuous random variable. Then we'll take up with the discrete as well as the mixed random variable. So here for the first example for a continuous random variable is uniformly distributed random variable. So here the first example of continuous random variable is uniformly distributed random variable. So here for this uniformly distributed random variable, here we are going to consider a sinusoidal waveform. So here if you consider this sinusoidal waveform, so as we know that this sinusoidal waveform, it is going to be repeated every time. So here for every plus or minus pi, so plus or minus pi, the its waveform is going to be repeated. So yes, such whatever the repeated outcome you are going to get, that will be called as a uniformly distributed random variable. So here for uniformly distributed random variable, we need to go with the PDF as well as the CDF. So here whatever the two diagrams you are going to see here, so here this shows the PDF and CDF. So usually for all the uniformly distributed random variable, so here the PDF always it will be in the rectangular form. So here the PDF, here you can see the PDF, it will be in the rectangular waveform where the random variables, independent random variables will be y1 up to y2. And also here while explaining the PDF, I told that the area under the PDF always it will be equal to 1. So here area under PDF always it is equal to 1. So here you need to remember this concept. So here as we know that, so since the for uniformly distributed random variable, always keep in mind for uniformly distributed random variables, so here the PDF always it will be in the rectangular form. So here for rectangular, what is the area equation? What is the equation of area? Height into base or breadth, you can say. So here area under this rectangular curve is nothing but a area under PDF. So here this is equal to 1 and height we don't know. So here we'll keep that as some function of x. So into base is what? Base is nothing but y1 up to y2. So here the difference is y2 minus y1. So this is the value of y. This is the value of the base for the uniformly distributed random variable. So for example, if you are given the base values like 3 to 4. So here what is the base? So here it will be taking the difference, that is nothing but 1. So here use that concept and here you will be writing y2 minus y1. So here f of x, it will be equal to 1 divided by y2 minus y1. So here whatever the height that you are going to write for the uniformly distributed random variable, it will be equal to 1 minus y2 minus y1, 1 divided by y2 minus y1. So here the same, it has been shown in this notes. So here whatever the first diagram you are going to see, so this represents the PDF for the uniformly distributed random variable, in which the base is taken as y1 up to y2 and the height it is given as 1 divided by y2 minus y1. So height ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you just go with the equation area is equal to height into base. ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು you can show how you are going to get this. And the second diagram, it shows the CDF. So as I told, PDF always it will be represented using the small letters, the small f y of y. So random variable remains same, capital ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So only the thing is whatever f you are going to write, so that will be represented in terms of the lowercase letters. So the small fy of y, so here it represents the PDF, and for this whatever the PDF you are going to take, if you apply the integration, so as I told, PDF and CDF are inverse of each other. So here CDF is the integration of the PDF, whereas the PDF is the differentiation of the CDF. That you have to keep in mind. So for this function, for this rectangular function, if you take the integration, so then you are going to result with this diagram. So here we are going to have the diagram like this. So there is some modification in this diagram. So one extra line has come, so that you need to eliminate. So here the CDF for this is, so up to 0 to y1 you will not be having any value. From y1 you need to show the waveform. So here it will be linearly increasing, and at y2 it will take the value 1. So that you have to remember. So this is the CDF fy of y, or you can show fx of x. So whatever the notation you want to use, that it can be shown in the diagram. So here the first diagram it shows the PDF and the second diagram shows the CDF. So diagram ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ wrong ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ಬರೆದು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, you have to use that. So here the for the corresponding diagram, the PDF equation it can be written as, so 1 by y2 minus y1, this value exists for the random independent variable y between y1 to y2, and for other values of y it will be taking the value 0. And similarly the CDF is, it will take the value 0 from minus infinity to up to y1. So you can see in the diagram, so minus infinity in the y1 ವರೆಗೂ ಏನು values ಇರಲ್ಲ. So here that will be shown as 0. And from y1 to y2 it will be varying with respect to y. So for example ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ you can draw the diagram. So here I'll show that in the diagram that I have written here. So here for example if you want to calculate the CDF at this point, so here you can mark that and you can draw a line, and for this area you can find the CDF. Similarly ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ you can draw up to this and you can find the CDF. So for that reason here it will be varying. So in general we'll be taking the value as y. So here we can write the CDF as y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. So which will be obtained within the range y1 up to y2. And for other values of y, it will be taking the value as 1. So here you can see that whenever it reaches y2 and up to infinity, it will be taking the value 1. So this is with respect to the uniformly distributed random variable. And the second example is the exponential random variable. So usually the exponential random variable, it will be used in the case of failure rates in order to analyze the reliability, and also some Q applications will be there. So here real time ಅಲ್ಲಿ Q applications analyze ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ you can go with the exponential random variables. So here this diagram it shows the CDF and PDF, and here whatever the first diagram you are going to see, the PDF. So here you can see that it will be varying from the independent variable lambda. So this is nothing but a rate of exponential increment. So here it will be varying, it will be exponentially decreasing, and it will not reach 0. So at infinite point it will be having the certain value. So but it will not be 0. But using this diagram here you can write the PDF equation as fx of x is equal to lambda e to the power minus lambda x, because here it will be having the exponential rate as lambda, and it will be exponentially decreasing. So exponentially decreasing with respect to the random independent variable x. So for that reason, we have written lambda e to the power minus lambda x. So this value holds good for x greater than or equal to 0. But for x less than 0, so here it will not be having any value. So here for that we have shown the value as 0. And for the corresponding PDF, so the second diagram, it shows the CDF. So CDF, it is nothing but it is the integration of the PDF. So here we have obtained the equation like 1 minus e to the power minus lambda x, and this holds good for x greater than or equal to 0, and for other values of x, that is for x less than 0, it will be 0. So how we are going to obtain this? You can integrate and see the answer. So here we have the equation lambda e to the power minus lambda x. So here for x greater than 0. So x greater than 0 means from x is equal to 0 up to x. So at certain value, you need to integrate this. So here lambda is a constant, that is the exponential constant rate. So here the integration of e to the power minus lambda x is e to the power minus lambda x divided by minus lambda with the limit 0 to x. So here lambda gets cancelled. So here we'll be having e to the power minus lambda x with the limit 0 to x. So if you substitute this range, so what do you get? So minus e to the power minus lambda x minus of minus e to the power 0 here. So that is nothing but 1 minus e to the power minus lambda x. So as I told, you cannot take up to infinity. So at particular, it will be continuously increasing like this, right? So it will be continuously increasing. So at whatever point you want to find, you can find the exponential or CDF. So here likewise we have written the equation for this. So in the next class we'll continue with the next example. That is, we'll take up with the Gaussian random variable, and for that we'll see the equation. So whatever the problem I have given, we just solve that and get me the answer tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all.